feel like he needs to step up more than he has. And I think he needs to help us, you know, just like everybody else. And I think he's going to need to put a little bit of weight on his shoulders here, and it's time to step up, make some throws, and do some things.
What's up, YouTube? We back with another video. Hit the subscribe button if you are new, because it's All Pro Sports Talk, the home of sports talk. Baby, we got a good one today. We gonna talk about Jared Goff and why he is not the quarterback for the Detroit Lions. Now, we only 6 weeks in. 6 weeks in, 6 games in, and they 0-6. Jared Goff hasn't been horrible, but he ain't been great either. Jared Goff is what I call a safe route venture of quarterback play. Watching this man is frustrating as hell because his nickname should be Jared Hard to Watch Goff. He has some wide receivers open downfield, but yet again, this man loves them slant routes and he loves that dump off. Jared Goff has no ability to stretch the field, and it just seemed like Jared Goff was going through the motions with the Detroit Lions team. Now, obviously, the Detroit Lions do not have the best wide receivers in the NFL. You can make the case they have the worst wide receiver core in the NFL. They're down there with last in separation, but at the same time, he does have a pretty good offensive line. Penei Sewell has been shaky here and there, but he's been okay for the most part. DeAndre Swift is a baller. He has Khalif Raymond, not the best. He has Quintez Cephas. When he was able to play, he looked really good. You look at him in the Green Bay Packers game, he has a couple of good catches, but he also has TJ Hockenson, a very good sure-handed tight end. Now, I will say this about Jared Goff before I dive into his safety route plays. I got analysis about all 6 games. I watched all 6 games of Jared Goff. The wide receivers are not the best. They drop some passes. They're not getting open. But when they do get open, especially Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jared Goff misses him or he takes a bad sack, and it's like it's hard for him to register to play. It seems like Jared Goff cannot get off that first to second read effectively enough, and he's fell in love with TJ Hockenson. You look at what the Los Angeles Rams are doing with Matt Stafford right now. They look amazingly well. I know Detroit Lions fans don't want to hear that, but a lot of Detroit Lions fans are on Matt Stafford's tail. They were saying Matt Stafford, he's padding his stats, he's doing this, he's only good because he's getting garbage time points. Okay, you look at the first game against the San Francisco 49ers. Jared Goff was 38 for 57, 338 yards. He got sacked 3 times, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. That's a good game, right? Until you realize the Detroit Lions were down 31-10 at halftime. Those are garbage time stats. Jared Goff was not putting in work into the second half. They almost came back and won that game. We can go week 2 against the Packers Monday night. Jared Goff, 26 for 36, 1 sack, 246 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. But this is the kicker. 6.8 yards per pass attempt. Where they do that at, though? 6.8 yards per pass attempt. And Pittsburgh Steelers fans on Ben Roethlisberger for checking the ball down. But we ain't going to talk about Jared Goff, though. Jared Goff is very immobile. He has no mobility in the pocket. He stays in the pocket for too long and holds on to the ball for too long. And if he does get rid of the ball quickly, you bet your tail it's either a slant or he's dumping off to the running back. DeAndre Swift probably sick of Jared Goff right now. He just dumps the ball off to DeAndre Swift over and over and over again. And it's to a point now to where Dan Campbell has challenged him to be better as a quarterback. This is a guy that's a former first overall pick, and you have to challenge him to be better as a quarterback? Obviously, the Detroit Lions are not a good football team, and we all know that. But I ain't never seen nothing like this before. We look at week 3 against the Baltimore Ravens. He was 22 for 30, 217 yards, got sacked twice, 7.2 yards per attempt. He has no ability to stretch the ball down the field. And once again, like I said, the Detroit Lions do not have the best wide receivers, but he's getting time in the pocket. And sometimes the guys are getting open. He just doesn't throw the football, or he dumps the ball down to either TJ Hockenson or to DeAndre Swift. This is the way it goes. You look at week 4 against Chicago. He was 24 for 38, 299 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 7.9 yards per attempt. He has 0 games this season with 10 plus yards over an attempt. Over that. He's dinking and dunking his way down the field. Now, this would be very good if he was playing like Alex Smith, but he's not playing like Alex Smith. He's playing like a discount Alex Smith because he has no mobility. They can't run read option with Jared Goff. He's just going through the motions. He is not that good of a quarterback with his team right now. And maybe he would benefit from having a number 1 wide receiver. But we saw what he had with the Los Angeles Rams with Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods. It wasn't too much different. Obviously, a lot of people now miss Matthew Stafford because he masked a lot of the problems. The Detroit Lions losing Kenny Galladay hurt a lot. But them having TJ Hockenson should help a little bit, but Jared Goff cannot stretch the ball down the field. Even when they try to use play action, it just does not work. You look at week 5 against the Minnesota Vikings, 21 for 35 pass attempts, 203 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. On the season, he has 7 touchdowns, 4 interceptions because he's not stretching the ball down the field. And the Detroit Lions, Dan Campbell lied. They are not trying to run the football the way that they should. The offensive line has been subpar. It hasn't been the best, but you expect for it to be better, and you expect for the coaching to be better as well. Dan Campbell is a good head coach right now because he actually cares. Jared Goff, on the other hand, I don't know that he cares every game. And his stuff off the field, he's a tremendous off the field guy. He does so much charity work. He does a lot of food drives. He's a great guy. Quarterback-wise, not so much. He's holding the Detroit Lions back. And I don't know what he's holding them back from. They're not a great team, like I said. But you could pretty much not watch Detroit Lions football games, and you pretty much know what happened. Jared Goff didn't stretch the ball down the field. He took a bad sack, and they lost. And their defense is holding them in some games. The defense played good against Cincinnati Bengals for the most part. 28 for 42, 202 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, 4.8 yards an attempt. He is just not good enough to carry this type of team. And the bad thing about this is you're going to a weak draft quarterback class. So I don't know if you have a guy that you can draft right now that can help this team out. They need wide receivers and they need a quarterback. Jared Goff is not the main reason that this team is losing. We can get to injuries. Jeff Okudah before he got hurt. Penei Sewell not performing to what people thought he would be. The offensive line being subpar. We can get into all of that. But for the most part, Jared Goff is somewhat of the problem. Aaron Glenn has been a good defensive coordinator. But I feel like Jared Goff is not capitalizing off of missed opportunities. Obviously, this team has some bad luck. They lost 2 weeks back-to-back due to freaking field goals from 60 to almost 56 yards, which is ridiculous. But the fact that they're in that position is even sad. Jared Goff shows no ability to actually carry the play. And it's hard to watch this team play football. At least last year with Matt Stafford, it was fun to watch the Detroit Lions play. Because they're putting up points. Not even putting up points anymore. They're just getting whooped. And their defense is keeping them in games. I will say this. If they had this type of defense with Matt Stafford, they would have beat the Baltimore Ravens. I'm just saying. They would have probably beat the Chicago Bears. It's just the way the cookie crumbles for this Detroit Lions team. But you let me know in the comment section. Do you guys believe Jared Goff is franchise quarterback for this team? And I'm a Jared Goff fan. I think that a team like the Pittsburgh Steelers or another team with high value type of franchise guys that has better receivers and better pieces around him, he'll be good with. But for a team like this, he is not going to be that good with. But you let me know in the comment section. Do you think Jared Goff is the quarterback for this team moving forward? Do you think that the Detroit Lions should draft a quarterback? And who should that quarterback be? If you are new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button. If you like the video, please hit the like button. Most importantly, I want each and every last one of you guys to stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching the video one more time, guys. Peace.